Good afternoon from the Hyatt Regency Grand Cypress. We're here today for a media preview of Flamingos, their new restaurant by top chef Richard Blais. I'm very excited to see this. He's here. We're gonna meet Richard Blais today, try some food, take a look at the new restaurant. I'm excited. We are very close to Disney property. I'm looking over to my right and I can see Disney Springs. I can see characters in flight up in the air right now. It's just behind the tree line, but it's right there. Like, we are just off of Disney property, just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So we'll have a look around the hotel as well too after the media event. But for right now, let's head inside and go to the restaurant. This is quite a hotel, isn't it? This is just a lobby, like we just stepped inside. This is very impressive looking. And also, they're all decorated for the holidays. So I guess there's a macaw that is the mascot of the hotel. He just kind of like hangs out. You can meet him. Also, this architecture is super fun. Looking back at the lobby, you can see, so direct opposite of this window wall was the main entrance to the lobby. And now we are back at Flamingos. And this particular mural was done by an artist in town called Kim Murphy, and she has done a lot of the art in the Mills 50 district. And the Flamingos is in the previous Hemingway's location. So here we are, we're headed back to Flamingos. And there he is, the man himself, Richard Blais. And if you're interested in booking this, ForFlamingosOrlando.com. So we've been to this resort before. I don't know if we filmed it, it was a while ago. We'll definitely have to come back. It's a very beautiful location. And it's very quiet here. Like, there's not a lot of things happening. There's not a lot of people moving around. A lot of water features and everything. And there's a whole lake out there too. We'll take a look at that in a little bit later. We actually will probably have a view of it from within the restaurant. Ooh, yeah, this is nice. Wait a second. There are way more than 4 flamingos in this piece of artwork. So we are back in the bar area. They've got some drinks out here for us to see.
This is called Ponce's Punch, after the St. Augustine gin and Ponce de Leon finding Florida.
This is the 5th flamingo. What's in it?
That's correct. It's a rum punch. Siesta key rum.
This one's called Key Lime and the Coconut. That's a fancy looking drink.
You know, well before I ever showed up on a screen or on any of these shows, I was a working chef who ran restaurants and opened restaurants and woke up every day and thought about food and beverage and hospitality. And one of the few things that I feel so strongly about in my career is that I've never, ever, regardless of what's going on with anything else that's happening in my career, not been a part of opening restaurants or not been a part of being an active chef in restaurants. I'm getting goosebumps. Can you verify that these are real goosebumps? Just saying that because every time I do it, like, I'm in love with it. It's just a thrill. It's never easy. It's always a lot of chaos followed by fun. And I'm just so excited to be here with this team and to open up 4 Flamingos. And the concept is pretty, I would say that it's simple. I say that it's like embracing you know, vintage Florida, right? So like one thing that I just did at a restaurant in California was, you know, open up a restaurant and be like, you know, when people first come to a place, when you're in the fishbowl, sometimes it's hard to, you know, feel like, what does it feel like when I visit this place? And especially Orlando and Florida, it's a place where so many people come for these lifetime experiences. And we live we live here, and maybe we're like, oh yeah, sunshine all the time. Oh yeah, citrus is great. Oh yeah, this is awesome. But like when you visit it for that first time, that first magical moment that you had in Orlando or in Florida, those are the type of vibes that we're trying to capture. And I'm sorry for saying vibes. I'm almost 50 years old. I have kids, though. That's what that's all about. We'll talk more in depth about the food and beverage program, except to say that, like any chef, it's about getting great ingredients and not trying to mess them up. You know, so we're only as good as our vendors and farmers and fisher people, and you know, that's what we're trying to do. It is vintage Florida as far as, like, you know, there's what's wrong with surf and turf? Nothing. We love surf and turf, and of course geographically. Generally speaking, the culinary program is based on the flavors of Florida, the flavors of the American South, the Caribbean, Central and South America, and then, you know, wherever my mind takes me around the world. And we actually here inherited this amazing, beautiful open kitchen. I love open kitchens because it connects the dining room to the guest, and there's so many reasons why I love that. The The kitchen team can feel the energy of the dining room can see what's going on, that there's real people actually cooking their food, and it's just this sort of reflection of energy that's really, really important. Plus, what I love about a great restaurant is that you can sit in different parts of it, just like you do when you go to a great stadium, and have these different visual experiences. Okay, I'm in the dugout, I'm in the bleachers, I'm behind the flagpole. That's a horrible seat, by the way. Behind the flagpole. We have no behind the flagpole seats here. We have a bunch of hors d'oeuvres and some menu items for you.
Alright guys, this is one of our really fun cold plates that we're offering on the menu right now. It's going to be a Florida red snapper ceviche. Lightly cure it and brush it with an ají vinaigrette. And then it's just over a nice fresh aguachile made with fresh key lime juice. And a little bit of pickled watermelon radish, pickled green papaya. Finish it off with a little bit of freeze-dried lime juice. And then the piece de la resistance, a little bit of table-side service. We're going to be serving it with a scented smoke bubble, so nice citrus oil. Dish comes out as such. Server comes by, and we do the scent bubble. It allows the guest to pop, they get that aroma, the flavor hits before they even take a bite.
If you want, you can grab a version of our shrimp cocktail right here if you want to grab that as we continue the tour. This is some Florida shrimp with a guava cocktail sauce. Dayboat
Florida shrimp caught just right off the coast of Cape Canaveral. We have a phenomenal shrimp guy who is just our source for shrimp and shrimp alone. And these are some beautiful, beautiful shrimp he brings us. The guava cocktail sauce below it. Just a nice little spin on a classic.
You're in a good restaurant when the restaurant has a shrimp guy.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like even just like this little dish. Again, when I say like vintage, like this is what I'm like. Just like to me, the plate is appropriate for the restaurant if it looks like it was at Grandma's house at some point. Like there's candy. If there was if Grandma served candy in it, it's perfect for us. You know, so we're really going to be looking towards that sort of aesthetic when we're getting into when you see the glassware specifically at the bar. One of my personal favorites, and I hate to say this because then it becomes like something that everyone has to try. You know, being that we're saying we're a vintage Florida restaurant. My grandmother, well, my wife's grandmother loved coconut shrimp. We wanted to re-envision it a little bit, so we decided we would do a coconut shrimp toast. Coconut shrimp with some bread, and then of course some spicy chili, and then a version of conch fritter, but it's actually one of Shelby's. This is a really, really fantastic dish. You want to talk about the conch?
So, one of our more odes to the south, we have the conch hush puppy. They're just a really nice quality hush puppy, full of fresh Florida conch meat. A little bit of a Jamaican curry aioli on the bottom. Classic, simple, quality.
Awesome. Over here we have our oxtail and foie gras empanada, which is one of my personal little favorites as well. So these are some of our hot snacks. I decided that we would, I thought it would be great if we had a raw bar or a station devoted to just some of our raw seafood or chilled seafood items. Again, sort of opening up what wasn't a station where the chef who worked back there would never see the dining room, letting our chef see the dining room see who's cooking the food. I love exposing all parts of the kitchen. As well, what's more vintage than a lobster tank? When was the last time that you saw one of those that was new? Again, it really, really fits the concept. We're going to be able to get lobster poached in beurre blanc, blackened or grilled with garlic butter, and or as an accessory for any of your steak items. Awesome. That is, it is a small restaurant. That concludes my personal guided part of the tour. And feel free to walk around and make your way back to the bar where our mixologist Ryan will make you a drink or three.
So this is our oyster and pearls. So we're serving those with a little bit of a dill mignonette, topping them off with Chef Blaze's signature pearls, dactyl pepper, and hibiscus hot sauce pearls. Dactyl pepper, native to St. Augustine. Beautiful flamingo pink. These are done a la minute because they are frozen. Beautiful little touch. Finish it with a little bit of liquid nitrogen. And that's our oyster and pearls. Gorgeous.
So I just kind of stepped past the lobster tank. I'm having a look around the restaurant. This is a very, very Florida restaurant. Like there are so many sunrooms. It's pretty awesome. Like this is what we call a Florida room right here. All right, so I'm gonna try the oxtail foie gras empanada with mango chutney. Here's a closer look at the inside of it. This is a very beautiful presentation. Let's see. I need to get some of the... I'm going to get a bite without the mango, and then I'll have a bite with the mango. That is delicious. Wow. Such a unique flavor too. The oxtail is a little bit like of a different feeling in your mouth than like other meats. The foie gras gives it like a nice full flavor to it. It's really delicious. The mango almost has like a barbecue-y flavor to it. There's a little bit of spice to it as well. Ooh, that's really good. Wow. So far, this is all that we've gotten to taste is just the stuff that they talked about already, and a lot of it was seafood, so this is the only thing I'm tasting, but I kind of want to come back now and try more of the stuff. They said that we're going to get a chance to look at the menu, or they said they were going to give us a menu at the end of it, so we'll see. I'm excited to try more. The oxtail filling is a very like strong, earthy flavor. And then when you get the fresh mango on top, it gives it like a brighter punch into it. Wow.
So this one, I infused Kettle One vodka with fresh strawberries. And then I use a little Giffard creme de pêche, which is a French peach liqueur. I made a rosemary simple syrup. Basically, you serve it to the guests like this. Take it. And so that's going to be a rosemary smoke in there as well. So the guests will take the rosemary and drop it into. You'll get the aromas of the rosemary off there.
So the name Four Flamingos is derived from the 4 different species of flamingos. Also, this restaurant used to be Hemingway's, so there are some nods to Ernest Hemingway right here on this bookshelf. Well, a lot of nods to Ernest Hemingway. So we've got some dishes out here.
This is just the individual. This is what the shrimp toast is going to look like if you order it.
And we are just having a look around the conch linguine. So we're just going to go through and show these things off, and then they will tell us about them a little bit more. Ooh, that steak looks so good.
A bit of like an avocado crema kind of in between, and then that is the yolk is actually passion fruit.
Okay.
So that's not an egg yolk. It looks like an egg yolk, but that's passion fruit encapsulated in some sort of a something. I should ask Chef Blaze. He knows more. But it is absolutely delicious.
This is an ahi tostone.
Sorry. We have our tomahawk chop over here. It's just a sous vide 22-ounce tomahawk chop. We serve it with our jalapeno chimichurri, and an optional upgrade is one of Richard Blaze's signature sauces. This is his steak sauce. Behind that, I just have the plated version of the shrimp toast that you guys got to try earlier. I know that was a fan favorite. It's one of our favorites as well. We have our collard green sides. We char grilled collard greens. I serve them with a little bit of fresh lemon zest, oil, sesame seed, top it with pickled red onions. Fun, bright, and just a nice take instead of just a stewed collards like people. Over here we have our linguine and conch, a bit of an ode to Chef Blaze and Chef Scarlett's roots. They're both from New York. So taking a fresh pasta, fresh Florida conch, miso butter sauce, and media no-shade breadcrumbs on top. I'm going to show you guys our fish and grits. Right now we're using fresh Florida golden tile, rubbed in a blend of galangal, ginger, and turmeric, wrapped in banana leaf with purple grits that are grown and milled in Jacksonville. And it's all topped with a Vietnamese-style chaka sauce and a little bit of a pickled papaya slaw on the side just to really freshen it all up.
All right, I got a little taste of the tomahawk and some of the house-made chimichurri. I'm very excited to try this. It looks so delicious. That's really good. It's such a unique flavor too. It's not as heavy as your typical steak is. Like, because it's sous vide, usually, oh, that the chimichurri's got a little bit of spice to it. But usually when things are sous vide, or usually when they grill them, they take on a lot of the flame grilled flavor to it. But because they sous vide this one first, then it gets a little bit of the crust on it when they pop it on the grill for just a second. It's cooked perfectly and it is delicious. You taste more of the meat than you do of the grill. I do want to say, so I got two different pieces. I got one piece that was like the center of the cut, and then I got one piece that was an end cut, a little bit more fatty on the end cut, but the char on the outside perfect and so flavorful. And I also asked them, what other steaks do they have? They have a filet, like an 8-ounce filet, bacon wrap. But what they tried to do with the filet is they wanted to give you something that's like traditionally vintage Florida, but still had some like new fresh flavors to it. So they added like a little bit of a Caribbean flavor in the side dish. There's like a Caribbean sweet potato that they use underneath it. And so that gives it like a little bit different feel to it, a little bit different flair. Like, I want to try that. I can't wait to come back and give that a try because that sounds amazing. And I can't wait to bring Jen back here either because I feel like she will love everything on this menu. All of the seafood is right up her alley. I just noticed that they do have a screened-in porch area. So this area out here is all outside. That's very nice. All right, it is a little bit later, but I wanted to kind of explore a little bit around the grounds before we leave. Not too much. We'll come back and do a full tour one day. One thing that I'm noticing is there is a lot of sculptures, or there are a lot of sculptures around the grounds. They're kind of everywhere. Like this turtle with a snake on its back. This is probably my favorite sculpture that I've ever seen in my life. I love it. Look at the way the turtle's looking at that snake. So much conflict. There is definitely a lot of water flow coming from all directions around this pool area. So it is a little bit later and it's, oh, I almost fell down the stairs. It is a little bit later and it's pretty cold out now. I mean, relatively, it's 63 degrees. Too cold to go swimming, I feel like. So there's nobody out here at the pool. This is very nice. We'll have to definitely stay here one time. Wow, this pool is gigantic. Also, you can hear, this is a waterfall. It's not turned on right now. You can hear it just dripping a little bit. What are we listening to? Is this the fireworks? Let's go over there a little bit more. It seems like they're maybe watching a movie somewhere. Where is the movie? Oh, it's in the pool. They're watching Frozen 2. Also, right next to Frozen 2, there's a slide, and the slide looks super fun. Oh, there's like a real fire going out here. Like somebody came out and built an actual fire in this fire pit. Like real logs and everything. This is nice. Oh, there's a lake out here. Well, this is nice. There's like a sandy beach over here. A lake with some paddle boat rentals. More sandy beach area over there. Also, this property is very large, so I would imagine that in the dead of summer, or like the busy season, this place is packed. This might not be the best video right here, but there's a pizza oven out here. So this is right outside of a place called Rocks, which is the pool bar and grill. So far, the only thing that I'm seeing that's a little bit concerning is there's only about 2 cabanas. I feel like there needs to be one more. Just looking at the sign, yeah, a lot of stuff. Fitness center, game room, Camp Hyatt. I'll have to look into that to see what that is. Sounds interesting. Fire pit and towel hut. Yeah, boat rentals and bike rentals. It's a pretty big property, so I would imagine a bike would be a nice thing to do to get around this place. Look at how big this resort is. There's another restaurant down here called Lake House. This is, I don't know. I'm very impressed with this hotel. I'd like to see it during the day. There definitely is a focus on water features here. There's no railing here though, so we would have to really watch Jackson around this because I feel like he'd be like, yeah, let's go in. We're going swimming. I like a hotel lobby that feels like it's outside because it's so large. There's a guy playing guitar and singing back there at the bar. I gotta check and see. Oh, there's a gift shop and everything back here. Ooh, let's go explore a little bit this way. This is interesting. This is the entrance to La Coquina, and I guess this used to be a very popular brunch area, or brunch restaurant, that closed in 2012 and then became a wedding venue. It's currently closed right now, but I really like this interesting ironwork on the outside. Place in here called Accents. A little boutique store, and then right across from it is a place called Market. Well, there's a Starbucks inside of it. And then here's the other entrance to Lake House that we saw from outside. Oh, yeah. It's a nice looking restaurant down there. This hotel's so interesting because it feels like some of it's dated, but it feels like the rest of it's very modern and like hip. Like there's rocks up here. Are those actually rocks? I think they are actually rocks. Ooh, back by the elevators, there's a place called Archie's Ice Cream Bar. Open Friday and Saturday from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's like a nighttime ice cream bar. Brilliant. There's also a spa here called Marilyn Monroe Spa. Ooh. All right, nice relaxation place. Does Marilyn Monroe know about massages? So there you have it. That was our trip out to the Hyatt Grand Cypress to experience 4 Flamingos Richard Blais restaurant. It was really good. I can't wait. Like, we didn't get a full meal tonight, but I can't wait to come back out and try it. Also, like, this hotel is very cool. Like, I want to come out here and stay and see more about it because it's a cool little piece of property, so close to Disney. I don't know why we haven't stayed here before. It's kind of neat. We'll come out and give it a try. So, all in all, a fantastic night. Thank you to 4 Flamingos for having us out. And with that being said, we are off. We'll see y'all tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.